Australian rules football? In the U.S.? That's right. The United States Australian Football League is in a city near you. Go to USAFL.com, find your team, check them out. We're a group full of men and women just like you. Join us for the fun athletic competition. Stay for the camaraderie.
We are the champions!
Log on and sign up to join your team at USAFL.com.
In San Diego, as we bring you this Women's Division 2 match between Portland and the Philadelphia combination versus Los Angeles, Arizona, Des Moines, and San Francisco B. Peter Holden and Gil Griffin with you on commentary, Mark Gonzalez on camera. Gil, just before we get underway, the Portland Sockeyes, reigning champions in Division 2, got some interesting facts on those.
Yeah, we sure do. Not only did they win today 8-11-59 to 0-2-2, beating the Houston Lone Stars women, but they have a bunch of recruits from other different sporting codes. Jessica Bletcher comes from ice hockey. And a bunch of them, Simone Shepard, Holly Petrie, and let's see, Oana Dumitrescu. They all come from gridiron. They play women's gridiron here in the United States. Holly Petrie, a quarterback in women's gridiron, so that means that she has a lot of composure, makes good decisions with the ball. So look for that today.
And, of course, this is the last game on Field 4. And LA, of course, great to see their first win, wasn't it, in the tournament when they won against, I think it was, I'm trying to remember off the top of my head.
Baltimore, Washington.
Yes.
And they won that match 2 straight 12 to 0-0, 3 behinds.
And hopefully you've got the Portland team in front of you as well, because the sheet that I have doesn't have the Portland players.
I've got it right here.
Excellent. Thank you very much. That means that you can do the lead-off commentary once the umpires get into position. Going to remind Heather Serpico she owes me a T-shirt and she owes me a team sheet. Heather, how dare you? But Heather Serpico, one of the veterans, played at New York, now, of course, at Portland Sockeye, and as well, I should point out that she's now a member at large on the USAFL board.
And then also seeing, bringing out the water is Millie Bruce, who kicked a goal for the San Francisco Iron Maidens in their very convincing win that we did earlier.
And we're just waiting for the umpire to start time. Make sure everything is in position. Looks good, checks everything, and when he holds it aloft, we will be underway. Gil Griffin to get you underway here on USAFL.com.
All right, thanks, Peter. Here we go. And the toss-up of the ball, and Portland smacks it down from out of the ruck, and looks like they're controlling it. And now it goes back to the LA Dragons. Long kick along the wing, and it goes off the shin or the foot toward the boundary line. Scramble for the ball there. Sockeyes trying to control it. Still squirting around over there, and a kick goes forward, and it is marked. It is an intercept mark over there by the Dragons, and they will start from their back line, from their back half. Actually, center halfback. No, does the umpire say it went out? Let's see what happens over there. No, it looks like a boundary throw-in. Maybe she did not mark that inbounds. Okay, a lot of chin wagging over there, a lot of pointing around by the umpires, and let's see. Oh, it is a free kick, so it is a Sockeyes free kick, and it goes. Short one, not marked, falls to ground. Emerging out of it are the Dragons, emerging from the pack, going forward, and there's a short kick, not a mark, off the shin. Now it goes on the deck. Now it's kicked forward, toward the forward pocket, going out of bounds. It'll be a boundary throw-in.
As gone just about a minute so far in this first half. As we wait for the ball to be thrown back into play, let's see who's going to do the ruck work here. So went out the back door. Lauren Kelly was lurking nearby. Hurried shot on goal. And the umpire signals just the one behind to the Portland Sockeyes. They move to one behind. Los Angeles yet to score. Here on USAFL.com.
Looks like a number 30 on the Sockeyes for the ruck work, but I don't have her on my score sheet, or it may be 20, as it's a little difficult to see. Oana Dumitrescu.
Might be, I reckon, to err in favour of the 20 as the ball is caught on the outer side.
That would be Dumitrescu as the ball is tied up over there, and the umpire may ball it up. And indeed, it is a ball up. Portland wins that tap, and now going out toward the boundary line, it looks like Los Angeles' player is wrapped up and thrown to the ground out of bounds.
As Ball is thrown back into play. Knocked down on that occasion by Tweetworth.
By the way, the Dragons wearing their clash jumper in this match. It looks like a charcoal gray with orange trim. They were wearing the different jumper earlier today. So
that's their regular jumper,
Is that the regular one?
That's the one that they won the Division 2 title in last year. And I should say, Det Wheeler was the name I was trying to pronounce earlier. I've literally got, because of they didn't supply the team sheet for this one, I've got a split screen on my mobile phone of the two teams and trying to read off that because the printer didn't work today here at the USAFL National. So it left a little bit of a challenge for the commentators as McSky goes chasing after the football. She will probably get there first. Glatz coming after her, wraps her all up close towards the boundary line and over and out. And we'll have a throw in.
looks like it could be the first foray into their forward 50 for Los Angeles.
And Los Angeles, a few classy players. We've talked about Silvio, Melissa Armstrong, who won a Division 1 title playing with San Francisco last year. Yeah. So, and of course, played for the Freedom as well. Probably didn't have the greatest of IC-17s. Again, just trying to come back from that knee injury that she did at the last Nationals. As the ball is thrown back into play on the far side. I think Shepard tried to get a hurry kick away, but it was smothered, and the ball goes over the boundary line and out of bounds. And we'll have yet another ball in. And it's a quick heave back into play. Winning it on that occasion was Erica Saki. Moving it quickly, but only as far as hashtag the stake expert Heather Serpico, who now gets on the right boot, comes inboard with the kick, parking herself underneath it and taking a mark there. It looks like it might be Parrington.
Cuthbert.
No, it was 21 in Parrington, who of course is the Melburnian, is now going long towards the Armstrong direction. Kicked away from her. Chasing after the football. One bounce. Armstrong still going. Busts a gut. Gets it in the Silvio direction. McSky going with her. Silvio nearly caught round the neck. Yes, said the umpire. And that will be a free kick. Just need to see on your sheet.
And you realize I just made a blue because it is the Dragons women wearing the same jumpers they wore today because they're a new entry. I don't recognize the Sockeyes.
They're wearing the blue. The Sockeyes and the grey. No wonder I was looking at you going. The Sockeyes wore a alternative jumper. That's very weird.
Well, it is late in the day. We've done what four matches. You've done more than I have.
And Parrington, you couldn't miss her with the big floppy hair. That is Lucy Parrington, originally from Melbourne, played football at Melbourne University, and then moved to play football at the Port Melbourne Colts, and of course for work has relocated to Portland, Oregon. Former ice hockey player as well, and of course a guest on the GirlsPlayFooty.com podcast earlier in the year. As the ball is, we'll see what the umpire has pulled out here for a throw-in by the look of it. Hands up of who wants to go in this contest. Either that or they yelled out hands up who wants cookies. As the ball is to be thrown back into play. Det Wheeler is in there, putting the body work on Ryan Bartz. And again, very close towards the boundary line. Out of bounds. Los Angeles pushing. They're inside their forward 50.
And the ball up goes and a tap down by Los Angeles. Trying to turn it around, trying to get penetrating deeper into that inside 50. Can't seem to get free and get a kick away. Portland putting the pressure on. Portland still trying to get a hold of it over there on the boundary line, and it's out of bounds once again for, guess what, another boundary throw-in.
And the thing we should point out, there is a wind that's blowing across to the other side of the ground. Not a strong wind, more of a cool breeze, but it has been affecting some kicks on some grounds. As Silvio kicks it long, but Serpico nearly falls over trying to take that mark. Gets back up again, puts it on the right boot. Coming back in, put Simone Shepard on her knees, taking that like John Travolta at the end of the Grease Lightning movie clip. As now gets on the right boot. Now goes in the Parrington direction. Oh, classy mark there. LJ's got the football. She's around about 65, 70 metres out from home. Long distance to travel. Still in the centre square. Gets going on the right boot. Puts some penetration behind it. Goes inside 50 with a kick. Looking for someone to run onto it. And that someone could be Blecker. Blecker with a flying shot at goal is away to the left.
Just by a fraction, too. That was dangerous. That was close. And we see the good quarterbacking skills that we were talking about with Simone Shepard. And a really strong mark taken down there, too.
And that moves them on to two behinds. Portland, LA yet to score. 13 minutes remaining in this first half.
Los Angeles now from the kick in, from right out of the goal square. Kicks straight up, not quite up the middle, but over toward the left of the center. And now picked up again by Los Angeles with a handball. And I believe the umpire has said that the ball is, no, free kick. Free kick looks like it's going, free kick off the ball going Los Angeles' way. And it'll be Ryan Bartz taking that free kick. On the far wing, keeps it going in that direction, but she kicks it up along the way, and I believe it went out of, no, it didn't go out of bounds. I thought I heard a sarcastic Bronx cheer that we usually hear at AFLW and AFL matches for a kick that goes out in the full, but no. And now coming back the other way, Portland. And now Los Angeles sends it back this way toward the commentary box, or stand as we like to say here.
It's a super corporate box. There is actually no box. We're using the whole field to stand on the wing and call the game as the ball goes over the boundary line and out of bounds. Petrie seeing it over there for the Sockeyes. By my count, 5 Philadelphia players are helping out with them today. Sackey, McGill, Dempsey, Kelly, and Arundale, all quality footballers. And, of course, a number of San Francisco, Arizona, and Des Moines players helping out for LA. As we go, keep the ball back in board. Oh, here's a chance now for LA, only to run straight into trouble there.
And that was Yui
got
Kawakatsu.
Kawakatsu got absolutely collared there, as going in there as Shepherd this time around. Has to try and bust a gut and get through a few of them. Parrington overran the football, went back and got it again. Nearly had the shorts pulled down, but managed to get the hand pass away in the nick of time. Looking for Lauren Kelly to do something. Moves it towards the top of the goal square. Will it be conceded? It was going to go to the right-hand side of the point post anyway. A goal post, I say. Minor score, 3 behind. Portland, Philadelphia leading the Los Angeles combination.
Surprised that Yui didn't get a free kick there. As you said, she was collared. I thought she was pretty much grabbed around the neck. Here's the kick in from Los Angeles, and it's nearly marked, but not. Portland has a chance to keep it inside their forward 50, looking to handball to someone, and the umpire blows the whistle, and a free kick coming up to Portland. Free kick, I believe, going Portland's way. It looks like that. Yes, it is. Free kick going Portland's way. I'm trying to identify the number of the player lining up for goal. I believe that's Zaya McSky. And she kicks it, and a long kick toward the square, and an umpire blows the whistle again. Is there another free kick going to be paid here?
Yeah, I think just Simone Shepherd, paid by the non-officiating umpire, who was off in the distance, who said she got pulled to ground by Ryan Bartz. She tried to take that, and Bart's now feeling worse for wear about the decision, not only for giving away the free kick, but when she pulled Shepherd down, Shepherd fell on top of her. And she's probably going to get up going, well, that wasn't the smartest thing to do, was it?
Probably not, and Shepherd should be well within range here.
Kicked about 4 or 5 goals in the Division 2 Grand Final last year, and just single-handedly tore Montreal Boston to pieces.
Yeah, and we know that since she's played gridiron, we know that she's a very strong kick. So she lines up for goal.
And Shepherd creeps in, close the player on the mark, 25 metres out, directly in front, and puts it through. Portland get there first of this match. They move to 1-3-9, and the LA Dragons yet to score.
Interesting there with Shepherd, too. You know, when she kicked that goal, she didn't take that much of a run-up, but still has a very strong right boot, and it went straight through without a doubt.
And that now brings the margin back to, well, out to 9 points, rather. As we'll reset and go again. Once the boundary umpires, or the goal umpires, bring the ball back to the middle of the ground.
Los Angeles trying to get back on the board. Remember, the Dragons did kick 2 goals today when they beat Baltimore Washington. The Lady Eagles 2 straight, 12 to 3 behinds. So here we go now with the ball up back in the center. And it is Dumitrescu going up there for Portland against LA. And they're being run off the ball. Portland can set up for attack. Now here they go. A handball and some space to run into, but the kick not so good. The kick doesn't go traveling where they want it to. Going for it down there is number 17, Lauren Kelly. Deep in the pocket, handball back. Now they go backwards to go forwards. Shot on goal coming up. Looks like it. Long shot toward the hot spot. Knocked down. And here's another attempt. The kick, it's a dribbler, and it is off hands, and that will be a behind. Opportunity there came knocking, but Portland could not fully take advantage as that kick appeared to find some friendly fire.
Indeed, as oh my goodness, the kick back into play was an absolute grubber. Another hurried shot across the face after it just was virtually a worm burner going along the ground, and that is another point to Portland. They move now to 1-5-11. The LA Dragons yet to score. in this contest in Women's Division 2. Of course, there's no grand final. The team with the best record at the end of all the round-robin matches is declared champion of Division 2. As we wait for the ball to be brought back into play, this hopefully a better attempt. Now, I heard a whistle. No, play on was the call. Must have been from the other field right behind us. As Simone Shepherd goes in there. Now here's the whistle on play. It was from the non-officiating umpire. He's the one that came running in. And he's paid it against the Los Angeles Dragons for dumping, and that will go the way of Lauren Kelly.
I'll tell you what, Peter, right now, LA looks completely under siege as Lauren Kelly gets ready to take the shot. Looks like she might have the distance. Instead, she pokes it short. She kind of looks like she pulled up short on that one, arched the back a little bit, but they get it right back on a kick and an intercept mark. And let's see how they plan this time.
Looking to load up from a longer distance out. 55, it's high towards the top of the square.
What a
Shepherd does it again. She's just a giant in this division. As we said, great in the Division 2 Grand Final last year, tore it apart, and her influence is starting to show on this match. Simone Shepherd, goal number 2, she's looking for, bang, straight over the goal umpire's hat. 2-5-17. The Portland Sockeyes, with the help of Philadelphia, leading Los Angeles, Arizona, Des Moines, San Francisco B, no score.
Are there any other cities you want to work in there that they're having players from? You could also throw in where else? Any other cities? Any random cities? Stockton, Modesto, Bakersfield?
I don't know. Can I go Butte, Montana? Can I throw that in there? Just
oh my goodness.
There's no one from there, but it would be funny.
Well,
but Des Moines are feeling proud because they doubled their contribution. They originally had one player on the side, now they've got two. Now
there
we're
go.
applying twice as much power.
And what a juggling mark that was by Simone Shepherd, too. She even got crunched in the back there, but took a strong mark and then put it through. And the ball up now, the resultant ball up from the goal. And Los Angeles trying again to move up. They're losing it out of the square, unable to clear it. And again, Portland with numbers. Now Los Angeles emerges. Now here's a foray into forward 50. The ball falls off hands from Portland. Portland still a player trying to move it the other direction. Still having trouble. But here's a kick, a clearing kick out in the center square. Taken by Portland. A lot of room to run out there. And a kick doesn't travel as far as it wants to. Not marked. Falls to ground again. Over there is another player, number 25 for Portland, and a handball back out, and another handball in the chain. Portland on the move, a kick toward goal, and that goes through. Another goal for Portland.
Move to 3-5, 23 to no score. They're running away with it, and they're certainly dominant. In one way, Portland's a bit unlucky. As much as they're dominant in this division, they only had 16 players. They're just, unlike Seattle, just maybe 5 shy of being able to go up to Division 1. Now, would they dominate Division 1? I don't know. But the quality of players that they've got, they would certainly trouble some sides.
Absolutely. And remember, they kicked 8 goals in that first match, and they're well on their way to repeating that effort in this one.
So let's hope that particularly Heather Serpico, who's one of the brains trusts there at the Sockeyes, are able to just get those handful more players so they can get that full side. And as she said, they do want to go up to Division 1 one day soon because they really actually want to test themselves to see how good they are of a team.
Absolutely. That would be something, seeing them take on San Francisco or...
I think they would honestly have the better of New York and Sacramento. I think they could take those sides. As it's now with Shepherd. Shepherd on the right boot. Kicks it long in the Parrington direction. Went over her head. Bouncing football. Parrington just slapped it forward. Wants to chase up her own footy. That's smart. Gets a little hand pass away. Got it to the teammate in Blecker. Very close towards the boundary line. They're crying ball. The umpire says no. And it's over and out courtesy of Lund putting on the pressure. Jessica Lund, one of the San Francisco B players that are helping out in this Los Angeles side. We'll wait for the ball to be thrown back into play. It's the girls from the Seattle Grizzlies that are rounding the boundary line. That or Valerie Barber-Exelm's just going for a jog because I just saw off the side of camera. Now the hurry kick away out of the pack towards the top of the square, looking for Parrington. The kick was courtesy of Kelly, and the umpire said, it's all wrapped up. I'll call for another bounce. We'll do it again. 30 metres out from goal. The Sockeyes attacking to the northern end of the ground.
And here we go with another ball up. Comes to ground now. The Sockeyes have a shot at goal. There it is. And I believe that is another one. Another one, a snap for goal.
Shepherd again.
Shepherd again from about 20 meters out. reacting really well, roving that ball and kicking it through for another goal.
4-5-29 to no score, and we've still got 2.5 minutes to play in this first half. They are a machine, Portland. They are a machine. But I tell you what, there could be some interesting sledging between them and friendly local rivals, Seattle, who play a lot of matches together, including the Stumptown Throwdown. And if Portland go on and win another Division 2 title, Seattle will come back and go, but you don't play Division 1. So it'll be some friendly rivalry between the two teams, and that's what we love it. The football's doing that and progressing really well in the Pacific Northwest.
Absolutely.
As Silvio tries to go in there and get another possession, got rid of it with a nice little hand pass over the top. Wants the number 13 to run onto it, does so, kicks it nice and long.
And that barrel was marked.
Was done by Aileen Yoon, and Yoon has the football, decides to square it up. 1-2, bites of the cherry, the mark is paid, and directly in front, 35 metres out from goal. If I can see here, I think it's 16, if I'm right.
16, let's see.
And that would be a 15, Savannah
15.
Green.
That's right, Savannah Green, who is the really aggressive tackler.
It ain't easy being green.
No.
So said Kermit. And, she stabs at it from 45 metres out, almost the front of the top of the pack. And they try to get a hurry kick, and it is through for a minor score, courtesy of the player in... I'll try and get it right. Kawaxku? I'll almost get it right. Yui, they call it.
Oh, yeah, Kawakatsu.
Kawakatsu. I'm going to spend the whole plane ride going back to Melbourne trying to get that right. Kawakatsu.
Well, if she does something special, maybe a certain thing she does can be called a Kawakatsu.
And you know the nickname Yui is actually a driving thing in Australia. If you do a U-turn, you're chucking a Yui.
Of course, or we would say making a Yui here in the U.S. Absolutely.
As the ball is now with the Sockeyes at halfback flank, far side. Ball being called for in the middle of the ground, and that's the direction that they go. It's into no man's lands. Number 13's got that, and she runs away on the right boot, kicks it in long. In the Yoon direction, she'll be lurking nearby for that one. Trying to chase after the ball again is Green. She wants another attempt at it. Kicked by the Sockeyes around the corner. And one bouncing over the boundary line. We'll have a throw in, Gil, deep in the forward line for LA. Can they score?
LA trying to mount an attack here. They haven't had much of it in their forward 50. And the throw in goes down. And again, it's Portland with the opportunity to clear. Now the umpire is... Is that time? Is that half?
I'm just looking on our screen here. That's half time.
There's half time.
So at the moment, I know they've got the scoreboard over there, one behind, but by my recollections, I think they might have added that by mistake because I think that was when the ball fell short.
Right. I believe you're right on that. And by the way, this is funny. This is the clearest we've been able to see the scoreboard. Something with the sunset and the bright lights over there on the scoreboard, we're able to see it.
4-5-29 being the Portland-Philadelphia combination, leading Los Angeles, Arizona, Des Moines, and San Francisco be one behind. The Sockeyes at the moment, Gil, are marching towards a second successive Division 1 title as the Sockeyes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And just as you said before about them having that opportunity to go to Division 1, I'd really love to see what they could do against a team like the Iron Maidens or some of the more powerful clubs, Minnesota perhaps, and they were dominant, or the Sockeyes have been dominant in both of their matches today.
You are watching youtube.com/USAFL. This is the 2017 USAFL Nationals Women's Division 2. It is a 29-point lead to the Portland Sockeyes at halftime. We'll be back right after this break.
We're about to learn how to teach our kids / teach ourselves how to kick a footy.
Okay, tips to kick the footy. Number 1, nose over toes, which means just going to be over the football. You don't want to be looking up to where you're kicking, you want to be over the footy. Laces to where we're kicking it. We're going to drop it and we're going to point our toe.
Nose to toes, and then we're dropping and not throwing up.
Good, perfect. We can go home.
I love that
summer feeling. I don't want it ever leaving. Breathing in the sky that's so clear. I could spend my whole life right here. I love that summer feeling. Now I'm here, I'm never leaving. Everything is possible right here. I love that summer feeling. Now I'm here, I'm never leaving. Everything is possible right here. I love that let go feeling. I feel my hands up on the ceiling. I think I'll spend tomorrow out here. 'Cause days like these feel like I'm dreaming. Yeah, I love that summer feeling. Now I'm here, I'm never leaving. Everything is possible right here. I love that summer feeling. Now I'm here, I'm never
Happiness is calling at sandiego.org.
My first game, I stood there and I was just like, I don't know what's happening, but I'm just gonna run. I just kept going and I kept going to practice, I kept going to the games, and eventually it just clicked. And I was just like, oh, I get it now, like this is fun.
Aussie rules, is also known as footy, is the equivalent of like the NFL here, and so in Australia they call it AFL.
So in Australia it's still a huge sport, especially for the women. It's getting even bigger.
It's empowering for women, young women.
It's really great to just be able to run around and just have so much fun with a bunch of people that love the same sport that you do.
It just gives me this energy that I just can't describe, and it just brings me like so much joy.
It's a great physical outlet, but also the people that we play with are just so amazing.
These are the girls that if you want to dress up and go out, they'll be there for you. If you want to be in your sweatpants all day and eat chocolate and watch Netflix, they're also there for you.
I think that this sport has something for everyone.
I just feel like anyone and everyone should try it, give it a go, and just see if they like it.
If you're watching this video, it's not by accident. This is for you.
And welcome back here to Surf Cup Sports Park in San Diego. Peter Holden and Gil Griffin with you on commentary. And, of course, Mark Gonzalez on camera bringing you all this action for the 2017 USAFL Nationals. The Portland-Philadelphia combination versus Los Angeles, Arizona, Des Moines and San Francisco Beach. Just to explain things, in Division 1, teams are stand-alone, so they're just all players from their club. In Division 2, it's generally clubs that either A, struggle to get numbers, or in the case of San Francisco, have too many, so they combine together. And they make these combination teams to make sure that people that come down to the Nationals get a game. That also occurs in the lower divisions of the men's divisions, of course, courtesy of girlsplayfooty.com. We keep an eye on what's happening in women's football. Score at the moment at halftime as they get ready to come out for the second half. Portland 4-5-29, LA yet to score. Gil, I guess the question is simply, what can LA do from here?
LA's got to get some forward movement, and they've got to really have a lot of composure here. There's probably a lot of temptation to try and get it back all at once, and that's when desperation sets in. So they have to continue to be, they have to be measured, they have to hit their targets, not do too much at once to chip away at that lead.
So the umpire with the ball in the middle of the ground, looking to make sure all is in readiness, and when he is, we can get play underway again. Should be not too far away. Holds it aloft, that means the time starts. 20 minutes with no time on is how it works in these carnival-type formats. And away we go again. Melissa Armstrong, who played for San Francisco last year, now from Arizona, representing LA in this game. Tried to knock it forward. Silvio overran the football as well, trying to reach in Zaya McSky. Hurry kick out of the contest, though, was courtesy of Kakatsu, who moved it towards the half-forward flank. Now number 13 with a long kick inside 50. Just bounced off the chest there of Oshatz, who had the football for Portland. Nang got it moved on, trying to find Jessica Blecker, who picks the football up cleanly, takes a lovely bounce. Oh, and just popped off the knee. Commentator's curse. Now tries to get it back. Bounced off of her chest. It's like a piece of soap for her. It just won't settle. She was under pressure by London that occasion, but she still managed to move the football football forward. Over the head there of Parrington. It's inside 50 for the Sockeyes, who can take clear possession. Parrington comes around, gets a bear hug on her opponent, and the umpire says we'll have a ball up 45 metres out from
And
the
that's
goal.
where the Sockeyes have a real advantage there when it's in the clinches, because they've got the bigger bodies, and right now they smell blood in the water, and they can actually really put the hammer down really early in this half.
Smell blood, called for the Jaws music as it's taken away there by Armstrong. Lost it, wanted to try and go back and get it again, but it's a Sockeyes ball. Mark taken. Umpire said it's no 15, so you have to play on. Trying to go in there and lay a tackle was Sullivan. Taken away from her. Umpire circles and then blows the whistle and says it's all jammed in there. It's like taxis are on a line up at an airport. Nobody's going nowhere. And we'll call for another ball up, Gil.
Here's another ball up. Sockeyes positioning themselves in a chance to really put this one out of reach and do it early in the second half. Last match of the afternoon. As the ball spills around, hard to clear. Sockeyes with numbers, but Los Angeles is able to kick it away. Now a little low barrel, but still, here's some chance for the Sockeyes. Here's a kick on goal coming up, and that is right through there. Another goal for the Sockeyes as Jessica Bletcher, the ice hockey player, nails a goal to put even greater distance between Portland and Los Angeles, as the setting sun not only setting here in Southern California, but setting on Los Angeles' chances of doing anything in this match.
And doing anything in the tournament as well to try and claim that title, because not only is it a loss, but their percentage is being damaged big time here by Portland, who are now 5-5-35. And strangely, they've got 1 point on the scoreboard for LA, but we have it as no score. We're going to stick with that as the umpire throws the ball up in the air, and away we go again. Trying to run onto the football on that occasion was Arundel. Knocked off of it, Silvio. Oh, caught by Serpico. You go nowhere. And now trying to go after the football as well, but immediately caught was the player in Michelle McGill. And the umpire will ask for the football back. And we'll have a throw up just not too far away from our broadcast position between centre and centre half forward here for the LA Dragons. The ball is thrown up in the air. Dragons win the tap down. Hit the ground. Who wants to try and go in and commit to the football? Kakatsu had it momentarily, and she tried to kick it forward. Sebeko got dumped, but got the hand pass away. Tried to get a hurried right foot kick there as McGill. Silvio, hand pass out. Getting around on the left boot there was Ryan Bartz, close towards the boundary line. Kept in by the Sockeyes. Goes the barrel as well. See the spin on that. Goes forward, awkward bouncing football, close towards the boundary line. Didn't want to commit. And thus the ball goes over the boundary line and out of bounds. I think the issue there was with plus Senio from Arizona, who's playing for LA. She half committed the ball when she really needed to give everything at it.
Right, and you wonder if they've kind of run out of gas at this point. They've already played one match today, late in the day, and their resolve might be weakened a little bit. And boy, we've got a real collision there.
Plenty of talk from Armstrong as well as she tried to hand pass it out. Bit lippy. Has the ball be thrown up right in front of us.
And good sportsmanship there by Serpico, helping out her opponent who fell to ground.
And the ball up in the air. Away we go again. The 30 that's rucking will be Dramescu. We'll have to try and find out who the 30 is for LA. Goes in there, gets stripped of the football. Umpire calls play on. Silvio trying to move it forward. Shepard now has it. Hand pass. Serpico didn't see it coming. She is now immediately wrapped up. 3 on her, going nowhere. It was a steak sandwich. Now getting out there was Silvio with the right boot kick. Went towards centre half forward. Ball came off hands. Trying to get in late into the pack was Zaya McSky. On the bottom of the deck there was Sternberg. Couldn't squeeze it out. Hurry kick now by the Sockeyes, by McSky, going long up the line for Blecker. Tries to shove her away through the pack. Silvio again got the kick away while being brought down. Awkward bouncing football. Got past Emily Rice on that occasion. Now trying to go in there. Kakatsu, and the umpire pulls out a free kick.
High tackle.
And that will be going the way of the LA Dragons. Maybe an opportunity to go inside 50 and score.
Hopefully for the Dragons, they certainly need it. They certainly need it, and it's Yui, it's Kawakatsu who's going to have the free kick. And she looks around. Looks like she wanted to give a big roost to the ball, but it doesn't go very far. Still in a contest. Portland trying to pick it up, trying to get moving with it. Ball spilling out toward the boundary line. Going forward now, the Dragons. Here come the Dragons. A shot on goal toward the hot spot, but right back there waiting for it is the Portland player. Takes an intercept mark, and immediately she kicks it out. Good strategy to keep it moving. Ball back to ground, and a lot of room to run here, or seemingly. There's a lot of oohs and ahs with a big collision here. And there is Amelia Arundale kicking it out to Jessica Bletcher, who kicked the last goal.
Blecker with the football. Gets the hurry up. Gets on the right boot. Going in the Parrington direction. Too much juice on it. Went over her head. Now an opportunity for a one-on-one. Can Portland hold it in there? They cannot. Awkward football. Couldn't be trapped. Overrunning it on that occasion was Willa. Kawakatsu for the Dragons. He's been having a great tournament. Burst through the middle. Looking for Aileen Yoon to run onto it. Yoon going with the one-on-one with Georgia Walker with her. Yoon almost gets mown down, but she manages to hold it up for the Cavalry to arrive. Almost stacks in the middle out there. Had support by Rice. Got it out. Kawakatsu shrugged right off. Oh! Hits the post. Would have been a brilliant goal.
That had highlight reel written all over it if it went through. That burst and the escape from her opponent, that just her skills at eluding a tackler, that would have been absolutely brilliant, but it just was not to be.
And that's their first score of the match, should I say, and on the scoreboard on the other side, they've got it as 3 behind. We might need to give a little bit of a scoreboard lesson to the people over on the other side.
Yeah, maybe so. Well, here comes Portland now, kicking out of defense. Long kick up the wing. No one is there to claim it. Bouncing near the line. And Los Angeles has a player get it. And now here comes Portland out of nowhere, but a short kick, a little poke of a kick, taken on a half volley, now a handball back. Portland has the numbers. Here's another little kick toward a target, but it's over her head and now heading out toward the boundary line. It looks like sometimes when Portland have the ball, instead of taking that kick and driving through it, it's either a poke or a stab. And you have to think that if it's a fuller kick that they would be able to take advantage with some marks.
And if they don't get the marks, the advantage is because they've got the bigger body players, a longer kick will put it into space, allow the player to try and muscle in the one-on-one and back that contest because they're not slow bigger body players. There's a hurry kick by Blecker is away to the right-hand side for a minus score. And that moves them to 5-6, 36 to 1 behind. Again, yeah, those bigger body players, they're not slow. They can move quick.
They sure can. And that the bounce after that behind almost took out a window on that pickup truck out there. And Los Angeles will kick in.
I think it's the great Australian tradition, being at a country football ground, park behind the goals and having the ball smash into your car window.
There we go. Fewer opportunities to do with Holdens anymore, right? They've stopped the production.
Yeah, indeed, indeed. As we're on the outer side, Armstrong goes after the football, but Shepherd gets the clearing kick. Chasing after the football, Parrington, hand pass back. Intercepted, though, by the Dragons with a long kick out towards the wing position. Then coming out after it, but getting to the football there was Shepherd. They cried ball, but she got a clear kick away. Whoop! Just juggling it there was Shepherd, caught by Armstrong. Not the hand pass away. In heavy traffic. Saki goes in there. Erica Saki on the right boot. Now drives it inside 50. Awkward bounce. There's the punch forward. Question is who can try and get onto it. Parrington trying to slap it forward. I think Blecker's around there. Got shoved into the ground and the ball goes over the boundary line and out of bounds. The great thing is the honesty system here as well, because sometimes they might not have the boundary umpire. The boundary umpire's behind play. And the players will leave it a bit and throw their hand up. Yeah, that's out. Where at higher level, if they had the umpire and that happened, some might just say, I didn't see it go out.
Right.
Particularly if the ball goes to your advantage.
All right, looks like Portland has a shot at it. Still tied up on the ground. Umpire signaling now. No, the ball's coming out. Looks like a rolling maul. Looks just like in rugby, the rolling maul. And now the umpire will say, ball up. As it looks deep in the forward pocket of Portland at this point. All right, boundary throw in, or as some people like to liken to it, a bouquet toss at a wedding. And a kick immediately out, and that is a behind.
So moving the score along now to 5-7, 37 Portland. 1 behind for LA. Here's the kick back into play. Awkward bouncing football there. setting a task for Chalker, who managed to move it forward, but only as far as Arundale, who now goes inside 50 with a kick. Parrington on a boot, puts it over the goal umpire's hat. That's another one for the Portland Sockeyes, and they tick along on the Coopers scoreboard to 6-7-43, leading LA one behind, and we've got under 9 minutes remaining, not only in the second half, but in the first day of play at the USAFL Nationals.
And Portland only 17 points off the pace of what they kicked in the first match when they kicked 8-11, so only 17 points, and that's going to help them because in the event of two teams finishing with the same record, that would give them good percentage, incredible percentage at this point, as they won by 57 points in their first match.
As the ball is back in the middle of the ground, and we wait for it to be thrown up again. That's what the umpire does, and we reset ourselves. Mitrescu tried to go through for LA. Armstrong was there as well. But then he's immediately wrapped up on that occasion by Sackey. Ball spilled free, though. Next guy tries to move the ball forward for Portland. Now moves to the outer side. Running around there was Arundale, who's come into it in the last couple of minutes. Dragons, though. Kaokatsu with the football. On the right boot, moved it up the line. Was trying to find Emily Special Fried Rice. Beaten out to it, though, by Shepherd. Kicked around the corner. Only went as far as Placenio. Turned over for those Sockeyes as it's Arundale. Goes inside 50. Now the ball is dribbling forward. Who wants to try and take it here as it's held up in the goal square? Another shot. I think it's Parrington again. Did she squeeze it in? It's across the face.
Just missed.
And that moves them along now to 6-8-44, leading LA one behind. The Sockeyes dominating Women's Division II football.
Absolutely looking for another Division II title. Los Angeles to kick in. And a kick out along the wing wasn't really what she intended to do. And the Sockeyes have possession again. Could this be another goal, another shot, and another behind? Boy, it is just under siege the Los Angeles Dragons are right now. Just cannot get it out of their defensive 50 as Portland has really locked it in.
Sockeyes at the moment, Dragon Slayers, as we have the ball to be thrown back in. They just look further afield, and they go down that corridor. Ball hit the ground, though. Quick little hand pass out. One more over the top to Serpico. She wants to get in Goal City, but she moves it to the left-hand side. Oh, dear oh me, nasty hook there by Heather Serpico. Her eyes lit up. She goes from going goal-bound. And then a Texas wedge. And it's away to that left-hand side to make the score now tick along here on youtube.com/USAFL to 6-10-46 Portland, one behind LA.
Another kick-in coming up for Los Angeles. We'll see if they have some better results. This time they try, almost an intercept mark right off that from Portland. And now a nice clearing kick toward the middle, but that one looks like, no, it's not cut off as a couple of players from Portland converge. Ball spills around. Los Angeles still trying to clear it. Handball stolen right back by Portland. Kick in the middle and not marked by Los Angeles. Soccering off the ground. Portland was still with a chance and getting over there now, and a little kick and a mark. No, it wasn't 15 meters. A dribbler getting toward the goal and then poked through, and that is another goal. Another goal soccered off the ground, and Portland just absolutely running away and hiding with this one.
Well, they use the hashtag return to the Sockeye, and I've also seen the hashtag Trout Town, and this is what San Diego could be with the Portland Sockeyes just dominating 17-52 to one behind. What's the record that we're trying to get again to beat from their last game?
From their last game, they kicked 8-11-59.
And they're not too far away from that. 7 points, and they have just under 5 minutes to do it. So they've got the rush on. Meanwhile, LA wants to try and get some respect and wants to try and put a goal on the scoreboard.
Right now, they're looking more like Rodney Dangerfield the way this one is going.
Oh, dear, oh me. You know the old Rodney Dangerfield joke? I went to the doctor. He says, you're an idiot. I said, I want a second opinion. He said, sure, you're ugly too. As trying to go in there. The hand pass away by Arundale. The move it forward. McSky bombs it long. 13-4, LA comes out to try and meet the footy, but doesn't succeed by Kelly creating the pressure. Parrington is lurking nearby, wants to try and chase her down. It does! Spins her around, she's gone! LJ Parrington, the former Port Melbourne Colts footballer, strikes again. Let's see how LJ goes here. Lucy Parrington, she's a long way out. Won't be able to get that distance, but just wants a lead and wants someone to head up. They're all screaming for it. She goes long towards the top of the square. Bowled over a few. 2-on-1. Numbers at the moment with the Dragons, but how long will that hold up? Going to ground then was Ferrucci. Hand pass backwards. McSky, hurry kick through hands in the goal square. And a chance for the Dragons to come out close towards the boundary line. 1, 2, 3 bounces. Just staying in at the moment. Kawakatsu behind the back party trick. How do you like that?
That was sweet. Looked like a little Harlem Globetrotter move right there.
I was about to say, cue the music. As the ball is now moved out towards centre half back. Kawakatsu has virtually chased all that up and then tried to get a hurry kick away, but it was smothered. Good to see a Dempsey coming through. Manages to move it forward, though, to the advantage of Emily Rice. Rice, the Des Moines Roosters president, chases after the football. Picked it up. Oh, she could get mown down here. She is caught by Amelia Rundale from Philadelphia. Umpires calling play on, play on. I don't know what that's all about. Now he comes in and calls for a ball up.
And Arundel is a former soccer player at Haverford University outside Philadelphia.
There you go.
So another of the players with another athletic sport feather in the cap.
Not quite as famous, though, as Brian Barish out of Philadelphia.
Oh, of course, that's right. Well, he's the mayor. He's the unofficial mayor of Philadelphia.
I've seen the two big head cutouts that were going around the ground here at the Nationals. As hurried little hand pass away, Blecker now has the football, thinks about a bounce, controls it this time. Now on the right boot from centre half forward, trying to square it up. Dimitriescu there, had it. Hand pass away to a running player coming through. Blecker puts it through the middle. Raining goals here for the Portland Sockeyes, and with under 2 minutes remaining in this half in the match, they trail their highest score by 1 point. They are 8-10-58. LA one behind.
Well, one of the best bands ever to come out of Portland is the Dandy Warhols, and the Sockeyes are looking quite dandy at the moment.
Woohoo! As they did sing.
Bohemian Like You. Exactly.
Indeed. Gil, I'll hand the commentary over to you. Let's see if you can get the Sockeyes home to break that margin, or maybe, just out of curiosity, they'll see if they'll score a point just to tie it up.
That's right. So 8-10-58. The margin, 8-10-58, the score right now that Portland has put on the board. Let's see if they'll go forward again. Handball back. They try to do that to go forward. Not successful with the kick out. Again, they try and handball back. Now goes forward. Portland trying to make the move to go forward now. And another handball out wide along the wing. Ball near the boundary line. Los Angeles trying to have control of it, and it is over the line and out of bounds.
So we'll have a throw in. There's under a minute remaining. They really do need clean possession out of this, Portland, if they are to try and break that record. And they might do so. I think it's Rice then. They've got a hurry kick, but only as far as the 18 in Sullivan, who got mown down. Hurried hand pass over the top.
Oh, here it comes. Here's an opportunity now. Momentary opportunity. A small kick forward as the time ticks down in the dying seconds here. Portland will really need, as you said, some clean hands and to take some marks, but it doesn't look like that might happen at this point as a wayward one spills out over the line and out of bounds. Boundary throw in.
Very impressive today, the Portland Sockeyes, with help, of course, for those key players from the Philadelphia Hawks, particularly Arundel being very good today. Rakasaki got a bit of hand on the footy as well. And there's the whistle. That is full time here in Division 2 in the last game for the women's on the first day of the tournament. 8-10-58. Portland, Philadelphia defeating Los Angeles, Arizona, Des Moines, San Francisco B, one behind.
And you mentioned respect, so I'll hit you with a little Aretha Franklin. They definitely have some R-E-S-P-E-C-T because they socked it to them today. Portland really, really laid the wood on Los Angeles today. Just as they did with the Houston Lone Stars women, they're a serious threat now to go to Division I. If they just can fill those numbers, they look like they are really a formidable side.
And as well, we talk about Jessica Blecker, some great runs and kicks from her. Simone Shepherd was huge in that first half. Parrington coming out of centre half forward. And that's added something to their side with Lucy Parrington, because in the past, Simone Shepherd, they go, do we play her in the ruck or do we play her deep in the goal square where we can try and get it to her and she takes a big mark? Because Parrington is now there at centre half forward. That's freed up Shepherd to be more defensive in her ruck role, and she can drop back knowing that, okay, LJ's got the forward line locked down for us.
Absolutely, and like you said, they have the bigger bodies. They have the bigger, stronger bodies, and they were able to use that to really pretty much bully their way around the ground, and when they committed, they were able to do so and use that physicality to their advantage.
Well, we're just about to wrap things up here at Surf Cup Sports Park in San Diego. Portland 8-10-58, defeating LA just the one behind. LA a win today and a lesson learnt, I guess, against Portland. For the Sockeyes, they keep marching on as they want to try and go back-to-back. I'm Peter Holden on behalf of Gil Griffin and Mark Gonzalez on commentary. Thank you very much for your company, and we look forward to catching you again next time on youtube.com/USAFL.